t-shirts, or is it all the push-ups? What's going on there?
Yeah, actually, this is extra large.
Yeah, youth.
I got it in the kids section.
Attaboy.
Why do you ask, Shane?
Why? Let me drink my coffee here. Oh man!
I've come to realize that when I buy shirts, I get to wear them like once before I dry them. They shrink.
Is it? Yeah.
And I know I don't need the comments of, well, don't set your temperature. No, I push a button and I walk away. Make it easy. Why is our...
No, you look good, dude.
But why are you grainy?
I'm crystal clear on my side.
Yeah, but now you're frozen. Now you're like, it's weird, right? Is that us, Perry?
I'm full bars. Somebody chime in and tell it it's Metzger's internet, not mine. Can you hear me?
Of course we can.
Oh, okay.
But he's grainy. How does it look on there, Perry? All right. Mr. Manili. Good afternoon.
How we doing, sir?
All right,
Mr. Manili, can you like solve the debate? Who's grainy? Who's grainy and who's crystal clear? Oh, see, we both look
right. All right. Well, I'm glad 100% of our viewers commented. It's good to see you guys. Mm-hmm. I guess nobody wants to know the 3 things they must do before the end of the year.
Well,
except these fine folks.
Yeah, that's right. Oh boy. Wow, Ernie's trying to get some props over there. Metzger looks great.
Thank you, Valesco.
All right, wait till he says Tassoul looks amazing. It's coming. Don't worry.
All right. So anyway, Tass.
Yes. It's Thursday.
You shaved or something? What you look? Did you bathe? You look cleaner.
Yeah. It was November, so it was time. Nice. I usually do the one, the first, and just go the rest of the month. No, I had to shave, man. It was getting long.
Look, it looks like a spotlight is on Mr. Metzger. That's because Perry likes to play with these lights. A spotlight is on Mr. Metzger. As a matter of fact, they follow me around with it everywhere I go. Oh, how's that? I can.
Now you look like we're going to black out the faces to protect the innocents.
Thank you, sir. Looks good. Now I look like a raccoon. The shadowing.
Yeah.
Perry, what do you...
Whoever did your makeup today, it's not as good as it normally is.
Yeah. All right.
We gotta get to it. More people get
yeah, let's get to it. We have 10 people on, Perry. Perry, we're going to get canceled. I'm just saying, we're not going to be able to help the industry if we're canceled. They're coming?
They're coming. There's a line at the door.
Yeah, let them in, Perry. By God, let them in. All right.
Well, this is a big time of year. Big time of year. Fourth quarter. Always lots to be working on. Always lots to be thinking about. Things to reflect and look back and see where we are for the year versus where we were for the last year, regardless of whether it was a COVID year or not, and make the adjustments to finish, the year strong. And if we have already, I know a lot of our clients have already beat last year's numbers, and we're only in November. They're already past last year's total numbers for the year.
Well, even 2019's total numbers.
And even 2019's total numbers. They're having great years. So it's not time to take the foot off the gas. It's time to keep the foot down and keep moving forward. So lots of stuff that we can be doing, but definitely some must-dos that we want to hit and we want to chat and talk about to keep things moving into January and beyond, right?
Yeah. So look, there's a lot of stuff that we want to do between now and the end of the year, but we'll give you 3 things so you're not overwhelmed and you can just stay focused on these 3 things. Number 1, right? First of all, we always got to be thinking about recruiting and retaining, specifically during this time of year. because we thank you, Mr. Weaver. Thank you. And by the way, Mr. Weaver, are the comments well enough?
Yeah, stop slouching. We can't see your face.
Right.
If you don't know, I haven't told Metz we haven't been able to see his face behind the comments for 4 years. It's actually been it's one of those little hidden secrets that we didn't want to see his face, and now you called it out. Now we got to see his mug.
So let's talk about it. So recruiting and retaining. Here's the deal, everybody. For all 13 of you that are live with us, 15 that are live with us, if you're doing very well this year, right? I think it's a product of some of the systems that you may have put in place, some of the systems that you put in place during COVID, as far as taking care of your customers better and more, and being more conscious of it, because we had to during COVID. But I also think it's a product of the times that, people are just enrolling and there's more people. If you're not having a record year, or if you're not having a phenomenal year, you need to get some help or consulting on this, because across the board, there's a very high percentage of martial arts schools that are just having an unbelievable year. But I think that's going to normalize next year. And that is why it's so important that we get the focus on the recruiting side and retaining the students that we do recruit. So 3 things that I feel you must do before the end of the year. Let me start with this test, and I'll throw it to you because this is easy. And if you work with kids, if you work with children, you need to go into your school systems, your partners in education. Don't ask for anything. Put it on your calendar on a day that you're going to go and just drop off a fruit basket, a couple dozen donuts, just to wish them a happy holidays and tell them how much we appreciate everything they do as educators. We know this was a really tough year. We know last year was tough. We just want to say happy holidays and wanted to drop this off for you. But this is your opportunity to shake hands again with the principal or whoever is in charge, that will allow you to work with them when you want to set up courses in the school, or if you want to go do a classroom talk, or if you want to be a guest PE teacher for the day. But go in and, just as a goodwill, drop off something for the holidays to tell them how much you appreciate them. That's going to separate you from a lot of other partners. So that's number 1. You need to do that, and I would do that in the first week or second week of December. And I put it on my calendar right now. So it's very simple, very easy, but I would set a day to do that.
Good, Metz.
Go ahead, Tass. Your turn.
That's very good.
Thanks.
All right. That was a good one. And by the way, if you don't have a relationship with the school system, right, it's a great way to get a relationship with the school system, is you want to give first. So, go in and give and follow that advice. Number 2, if you're like most, schools, we tend to have either a modified schedule over the holidays, or, we have time off over the holidays. And so, for us, we'll be closed on the 23rd, I think, and we'll reopen on the 2nd. So it's a long period of time. And, you hear us talk about there's 3 times a year that we lose the most amount of students. And that's coming into summer, coming out of summer, and going into back to school season, and also coming out of that holiday break. And the reason for that is because when routines change, people start changing things and changing their routines. Well, if they've been out of habit of coming to martial arts school, or even if it's a modified schedule, that can tweak things a little bit, after the holidays. So what we want to do is we want to get ahead of that, and we want to make sure that we're really, getting people excited about what we have going on in the new year. And so as we get closer into December here, you can think about this now, but as you get into December, you're going to want to, put out there, what are you doing for that, for number 1, for January, but even in the first quarter, whether that's having a parent night out, that's always like a hit, whether it's a Nerf night or a dodgeball night, whatever it is, getting people excited, but not allowing them to sign up until that first week in January to give them a reason to come back. If you're going to make any adjustments on your schedule, I love January to do that, just because it's an easy time and transitionary time on the calendar. We don't have to do schedule changes in January. You can do them anytime throughout the course of the year. But essentially, you're going to get together a little mini packet of all the exciting things that are happening, and you got to present it to everybody, explain it, and give them those items. So whatever that is for you, those are some important things. Now, one of the things that we like to do every year is we talk about having a speed test. We say, guys, look, we're excited. This is another year. We're going to be doing our speed tests. When you guys come back in,
hold on. Everybody should really focus on what you're about to say, because we do this every year. And I just want to call it out. You should plan an event in January, like Tass said. But remember, an event is only a certain percentage of your students that will participate in that event. The speed test that he's making this a big deal for the students is everybody in your school. But it's how you present this that's going to determine how excited you get these students. So really pay attention to this, because it's a great retention tool to get kids excited about coming back after the holidays.
And by the way, for those of you that are on the Edge site, you guys have these resources that actually has the card and how we track things and whatever. But you got to let them know, guys, we're so excited for you guys. When you guys are on break, you guys are going to have time to have some downtime, be able to relax. But also, I want to let you know about our speed test that we're going to have. And we're only doing that the first week in January when you guys get back. And what you're going to do is you guys are going to come in. We're going to see how many roundhouse kicks that you can do in 30 seconds. And by the way, that's an example, right? It could be how many, if you're a jiu-jitsu school, it could be how many sweeps you're going to do. It could be whatever you want to do. How many arm bars, surfing the arm bar can you do, right? Whatever you want to create. But for us, being a Taekwondo-based school, we're doing lead leg round kick. We're going to see how many jumping jacks, how many squats, how many push-ups, whatever you want to do. If you want to do one of those things, all those things. But then for anyone that gets, and you make up the number, right, 40 or more in 30 seconds, you guys are going to get X. And that can be whatever you want. It could be the speed certificate, which, again, it's all done for you. That's on the Edge site. We did, back in the day, we did lightning bolts. So we had the lightning bolt patch that went on their belt, and they could iron that on the back of their belt. That was something fun that we did for them. So it could be a certificate. It could be a patch. It could be their name up on the dry erase board, whatever it is, to recognize them for their efforts and for their hard work. But guys, the only way that you're going to be able to participate in that is that first week. We're just doing that for the first week of the month. So make sure you get back so you guys can participate and take your chance at the speed test and see how you guys do. That's what we do to get everybody coming back and make it exciting for them and want them to come back and participate. So that's an easy thing for you guys to do in conjunction with the other things, whether, like I said, the schedule change, parent night out, whatever it is. Get all those ducks in a row. What are we going to do? Let's make it exciting and just keep building excitement and get those people back in.
Hold on.
Yeah, Mr. Moore, you missed the first part where he actually went to the wrong department. He's got a youth large that he's wearing right now. That's why
the supplies are low and containers are still in the ocean, and I needed to get a new shirt. But Mr. Moore, make no mistake, I am jacked.
I am Iron Man. He is. He's been, what are you doing, 300 push-ups a day?
Every morning.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. There's a challenge, the push-up challenge. So I challenged myself. Can I knock out 300 push-ups every morning in 15 minutes? But I got it. My record now, what did I do this morning? The record now, though, that I did was 9 minutes and 56 seconds, 300 push-ups. But
Junery would be disappointed in you.
Where is it? So I cleared it out, but this morning it was 13 minutes. Anyway, listen, what you were saying, when you guys want to do this and excite the kids, show them the patch that they're going to get. Reiterate that we're only doing this the first week in January, the first week that you're back, right? So it's not January 1st, the first week. It's the first week that you're back open for classes. That is the only time they'll get the ability to earn this patch for the speed test. But if you want to parlay that into recruiting, say, guys, the first week we're back, bring your friends, because we're going to test your friends and see if you're faster than your friends after the break. So it's going to be buddy week that first week. We're going to do a speed test. We're going to see how many roundhouse kicks you can do in 30 seconds, see how many punches you can do in 30 seconds. Whatever it is, as he said, that's an example. But make it exciting, post it up, give them a packet, send out the email. Don't forget speed test week is January, whatever. Over the holidays, they should get that reminder as well. Because once you get them back in class, then it's your job to make that class exciting. And it's always about the next class. I taught last night. I actually taught the adult class last night. And my guys were there. And one of the instructors at the school sat and took a whole page of notes. And I met with my guys afterwards. I taught the adult class. And I told them exactly this. I said, going from one belt to the next sometimes is still too far out, right? It's all about the next class. How excited can we get them to come to the next class? And you got to make sure that you perfect that because I just had a conversation with Perry here 20 minutes ago. We spend 90% more time on recruiting students and maybe 10% of our time on retaining students. As far as the time we spend on recruiting and retaining, it's probably like 90-10, 95-5. One way is fun and exciting classes. But how much more effort do you get on retention? So over the holidays, you really want to put a conscious effort on retaining. And this is an example of how you can get them excited about wanting to get back to class in January. And by the way, for some of you who said, well, we don't even close down. We just close Christmas Eve and Christmas. We're open through the holidays. That's true, but you're going to have a large percentage of students that will not be attending over the holidays. So you still got to plant these seeds, and you got to start doing it right at the beginning of December. You got to plan it and start pre-framing what's coming up in January. So that was number 2. So again, to reiterate, the first thing is get your school systems, all your partners in ed, deliver a fruit basket, wish them a happy holidays, tell them how much you appreciate them. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, plan something to excite your students for January to get them back in class. Number 3, is there a 3, Tass?
Yeah. We got to clean up.
That's it. And you did. Look at you.
I don't know. That's it.
You look great.
Yeah,
no, here's number 3. Do not let the year get away from you. You know, it's a psychological thing. December to January is just another month, right? So if we go October to November, we're still working on, leads from September, October. Finish out the year strong. What do we mean by cleaning up? If you have an upgrade program, tie up all those loose ends and give your people an opportunity to get that upgrade before the end of the year. Whether that's through a special offer, right, at your holiday event, or just a special look before we close out the year, Mrs. Johnson, I wanted to give you one last opportunity. We really think Johnny would be great in our higher level program, whatever you call that. Clean that up. Make a list of everybody that you've talked to about upgrading, and then schedule a special sneak preview class so they can get a real good experience of everything that's covered in that upgrade program, okay? As opposed to just inviting them to an upgrade class like you may have done before. Create a class with a list of students that you've talked to over the past couple months that just didn't do it for whatever reason. Give them a special offer if they want to make that happen. That's if you have an upgrade program. The other thing, your leads. Did you see Denise Ramos's post, Tass?
11 pages.
11. She has 11 pages of leads that they are going to go after now to try to. There's 2 groups here. There are leads that you have that just inquired, that came to a birthday party, that came to a buddy day, that walked in for information. That's an inquiry or phone call. There's leads that never did a trial in your school ever. You got to have some kind of unbelievable trial special. On the Edge site, we have what we call our holiday trial offer, and it's our best special of the entire year. That is our leverage for all of those leads. Look, if you're still thinking about, this is important. Let me give you this tip.
Yeah, this is good.
Thanks, Tass. I didn't even say it yet.
I know what you're going to say.
It's Psychic Tass, by the way. By the way, if you guys have any questions for Psychic Tass,
yes, you can ask, and we'll type our answers, and then we'll hold them up on our phone and see if we have the same answer.
It's funny. He'll tell you if it's good or bad before you even ask the question. No, I know we're always on the same page, but here's the deal. If you call people and just say, Hey, Mrs. Johnson, I'm just calling to let you know we have a great holiday special. Like to see if Johnny wants to do it. No, not good enough. When you remember, it's not what you do, it's how you do it that makes the difference in your success in your business. Call up Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Smith. Say, Mrs. Smith, how are you? This is Mr. Metzger, Mike from Championship Martial Arts. Look, I know a few weeks ago or a few months ago, you had inquired about martial arts lessons for Johnny. And look, if this is something you're still considering, so I'm making it soft. That statement right off the bat makes it soft, a soft sell. If this is something you are still considering, okay, then I want to tell you we have the best trial offer of the year. And we have only X amount of spots available for this trial offer. And the reason why we do that is our holiday trial offer includes a $75 Visa gift card to help them with their holiday shopping. So it's easy for us to say we have $750 in Visa gift cards allotted, which means we can only take 10 people. And if this is something you were still considering, I'd love to see if you want to take advantage of this trial to give you an opportunity to see the values and benefits of this program and see if martial arts is something that Johnny would enjoy. Would you like to take advantage of this offer? Now, that is the lead list of people that never did a trial, okay? Then you have people that did do a trial, okay?
These were questions for psychic tests, is my guess.
Oh,
will I hit the good? Yes.
Yeah, so you can answer these. What is this?
That's number 4.
Yep, that's number 4. We'll get there, Psychic Weaver. Then there's a list of leads that you have that did do a trial. They did a trial, but they never enrolled. Listen to me carefully. I'm going to give you a piece of humble pie here, or hurt your feelings, or get you upset with me. But if somebody did a trial in your school and they didn't enroll, there's only one reason. There's only one reason.
Oh, boy.
They didn't see enough value. Period.
Oh,
End
that's
of
better than you suck. I thought that was going to come out.
No. That's all. Listen, it's just the fact that they did not see enough value. It is not, oh, it was too much money. Oh, we're too busy. Oh, we have a lot going on. Oh, I don't know if he's going to. At the end of the day, they didn't see enough value. Period. Right? They did a trial. Now, for the leads that you have that did a trial, you cannot offer them another trial. I mean, you can. We don't. They've already did a trial. So now we have to hit them with an unbelievable enrollment offer before the end of the year. Our best enrollment offer of the year. It's the holidays. It's the season of giving, right? So you have to come up with an unbelievable enrollment offer. And when you call them, it's your presentation again. Mrs. Johnson, I know for whatever reason you weren't ready to get Johnny enrolled in the program. But if this is something you're still on the fence and you're still considering doing martial arts, because I know, now pay attention. If somebody did a trial with you, this is an important tidbit. If somebody did a trial with you, you still have to go through the first 2 steps of the 4-step enrollment process. Meaning, what is it that the parent would like to see their child get out of your program? Even on a trial. Mrs. Johnson, what is it that you'd like to see the most? Now, some of you have a guest register and it says confidence, discipline, respect. Great. Narrow it down. Out of all these things, Mrs. Johnson, what's the one thing that would be most important for your child improve on? Let them tell you. So when I'm picking up that phone to call a lead, I'm going to pull that file out and I'm going to remind myself what it is that they told me. So then I'm going to say, if you're on the fence and if this is something you're still considering for Johnny, I know when you came in, you said you really wanted to see him improve with his confidence or his focus. And if you remember when I asked you why that was so important, you told me, boom, 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 boom. If this is something you want to do and you're still on the fence and you're considering it, I'm giving you a courtesy call to let you know this is the best offer of the year. There will never be a better enrollment offer than right now. And we have X amount of spots that we can take people on. I have a time today or tomorrow at this time. When would you like to come in and take advantage of this offer? That's how you follow up and clean up your list for the year. That's how you want to do it. Tash, you want to add to that?
Well, yeah. So here's the thing. Because I know people that are watching, first of all, and I'm just going to say this, right? Like, I know you don't know who's came in for a trial and who didn't come in for a trial in your school because you guys just don't track that. Now, some of you are like, well, we have everything. Great. If you have it, fantastic. But as a large percentage of people, I know that because yesterday and the day before, we were talking about this with our clients in some group settings and got a lot of questions. And at the end of the day, here's what you got to understand. If you don't understand the difference between the enrollment special and the trial special, and you can't parse your list and you don't know what to do, don't get paralyzed and do nothing. Just do something. But I said this to Metz, we oftentimes will start, if business is a level 1 to level 10, we'll start at like a level 4 or 5, right? We're already over here. Go back and listen to what he said, which is, if you pull out their sheet, well, if you don't have their sheet with their benefit and why they're interested, well, that's something you got to start doing like now. That's something you have to add into your arsenal, whether that you're doing that on a physical piece of paper or in your CRM or whatever you're using, so that next year when we have this conversation, that you can make the calls. You're like, I'm on it because last year I remembered we started gathering all that information, and now your calls can go so much smoother. I mean, think about the difference when you call someone and say, hey, look, Ms. Smith, I know you weren't ready for whatever reason, but I want to let you know we're running the biggest special of the year. That can work. But say, like he said, I'm not sure if this is something you guys are still interested, but I know you guys were looking for X, and you're reminding them of the hot points and the reasons why they want their child to do it. And now they're thinking, well, there's no change in my child. We probably should do this because nothing's changed in the last 3 months or 6 months. So some very, very key points that we're assuming you have these things, but if you don't have those things, go back and make sure that we start getting those things. It's like tracking stats, right? We assume sometimes you have stats, and if you're not doing it, you got to go back and start tracking. So just some words of advice there. There's guest registers. There's all the stuff that you need on the Edge site for that, and you can just flip it over and write and take notes if need be. But that becomes very, very helpful, in making those calls. I just don't want you guys to miss that and be like, well, I don't have it. Great. Then start doing it from the next lead that comes in forward. And pick something to do. Don't be like, well, I don't know the difference between the trial and the enrollment special, so I'm just not going to do anything. Pick one with, I always say this, our goal is what? Our goal is to get somebody enrolled. Even if you didn't went with the enrollment special and they didn't want to enroll, you could always fall back to the trial. So just make life easy for yourself.
Tass, you were breaking up a little bit there. Oh. But I'm just trying to check to see if it's good. Is everybody good? Did everybody get that? Because I can have them repeat it right now. So
you were watching back to see if it was all right.
Yeah, I'm just watching. Okay. Anyway, look, there's a lot to do, but at the end of the day, the other thing that you should do right now is spruce up your school for the new year. Touch up your paint. Those are things that I think all of you know, but it's a good opportunity and a good time to just, make your school look A+, get ready for the new year. And again, I think times are going to normalize a little bit next year. And we're going to have to be on our A game, to continue recruiting students and growing our business and growing our schools. Don't get I mean this in a good way, but don't get cocky or arrogant if you broke a record this year and be like, man, we're great. We're going to start expanding next year, this, that, and the other. You got to make sure that it wasn't reactive, your growth, that it was proactive, that you made it happen and you could duplicate it. That is the most important thing that you got to make sure you're doing.
Right.
So that's it.
Yep.
What is any questions here? What is this? Should we use the holiday enrollment offer during a mass intro? No, I mean, you can. I mean, to make things systemized and easy, the only thing I change is I'll do a mass intro offer, and I'll let them train the rest of the year. I'll tell them at the mass intro, your first payment won't start till January. I don't think we go into the gift cards and the no down payment. We still do the $50, includes everyone in your family, because that's an offer in itself. So we stay consistent on that.
Right on.
Anybody, by the way, that doesn't enroll at the enrollment offer, at the mass intro rather, your follow-up is that following week on Monday with the holiday trial offer. Okay. Any other questions from anybody?
Good stuff.
Yeah, you know, I said it on the meeting. If you guys ever feel overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, we live in a world where we got to be on top of the social media, we got to be on our leads, we got to do this, we got to do that. Don't be afraid to hire somebody, even part-time, to put in 10 hours a week just to do your social media. And I don't mean like Chris Rodriguez, but the information, the follow-ups from all the social media, the lead follow-ups, and staying on that. It will pay back. That's an investment. That's not an expense if you can't handle all of it. You know, on the My Edge site, we have the social media calendar. It's done for you. But some of you don't even find the time to just take it, copy and paste, and put the links up every day to keep the engagement high. Find somebody that will do that for you, and it will pay back dividends if you guys aren't able to stay up on all this stuff.
Yeah, Metz, you said it. You know, you've said this to me several times. You know, even if someone's with you for 60 or 90 days and you find out it doesn't work, well, what do you really have invested in that? There's not a lot, right? But if it is working for you, it can be an unbelievable investment of those resources for you. So whether that's an instructor or someone doing social media or a program director or anybody, I mean, look, you got to remember, sometimes we think that's the forever person, and they may be, and we hope they're going to be the forever person. But let's find out over the next 90 days and see if that's the right person for the job. You know, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and we go back to where we were before 90 days ago. We start over and do it all over again. But I love that idea.
Yeah. Tassius, with me, you were breaking up a little bit on me here, but I think you look normal down there on the phone.
Yeah, you're a little blurry on my end here, but everything seems to be fine.
Yeah, it's my connection. Anyway, I think we hit the three things, and you just got to go out and execute, get organized, execute, and make things happen, and we can catapult into 2022. So we will. Our next show, our next week, will be the next three things you have to do for the end of the year. I'm kidding. We'll have a different title, different topic, guys, but go out and execute and make it simple and be a key. You don't want to work harder. You want to work smarter and be more efficient. Anything else, Tass?
No, man. You know, I say it all the time, but you need to execute. And if you're just pushing the spend button on Facebook for more ad spend and taking the fresh leads, and you're not going back and trying to get previous leads, you're making a mistake in your business. I mean, you have to go back and nurture those people. Some of those people just aren't ready right now, or they weren't ready at that point. I mean, we just enrolled somebody that was interested in our program in 2018. 3 years ago, they were interested. They just finally enrolled now. So go back, work those leads. Make sure that you're really, picking up the phone. Don't kill yourself. Spend 30 minutes a day just calling people. Don't leave messages. Just talk to people you connect with. And just do that for 30 minutes a day. But it's consistency over time that will actually change. That's what will change things in your school. If you do 30 minutes today, like, well, I didn't get any results. Okay. You do 30 minutes tomorrow. Well, I didn't get any results. But try it for a month and watch what happens. And then track your results and you'll see. But just make it easy for yourself. That's part of. We are not in the martial art business. We're in the business of marketing and selling martial art lessons. Like, that's really what our business is. And everybody is in that business, by the way, right? Doesn't matter who you are. You're not in the business of, hamburgers. You're in the business of marketing and selling hamburgers, right? If that's the business that you're in, as an example. So just keep that in mind. We always got to be reaching out, great ideas on how to do that, and sound good when you're doing it. And make it really flow and make it smooth. So you may want to go back and watch that recording, just take some notes, and then just start making the phone calls. But you got to take action, team. That's where all the magic happens.
I think you're done talking because I can't hear. It's like a robot. So hopefully you can hear me. But whatever you said, I'm sure it was phenomenal. It was just, I don't know what's going on with the internet. I'll lead from during shutdown to invite in person, goldmine list. I would agree. That's a great list. Mr. Weaver, sounds like we're telling you to get out of your own way and delegate. Yeah, you got to know where your weak areas are, everybody. You got to know where the holes are in your business. And if you can't do it, you got to find somebody that can. and you can't neglect it. And you can't keep telling yourself, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. In the meantime, your competition is growing, everybody. You got to make sure that you do it. Don't say you can do it. Go do it. But yes, delegate and trust the process. Train people. Give them an opportunity to grow in your company, and give your company an opportunity to scale. Can't scale if you're a one-man or one-woman show. You cannot scale. So yes, delegate where needed. Okay. Tass, you there?
I'm here. I'm just not going to talk.
All right. I don't know what's going on here because I can't hear, but that's it, guys, for the show. Want to make it simple. Go execute. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys, and we will be back next Thursday, and we will try to give you some other good information before we end the year.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.